A few years ago now, when I was 15, I was walking down the school hallway, and it wasn't a dramatic day, it wasn't an odd day, nothing weird about it, until this one girl, right, this like attractive, popular girl. She was like higher up on the social hierarchy, I guess you could say. I was always like a few steps behind that because I couldn't express myself and my confidence wasn't there. And she comes up behind me and just randomly just hugs me from behind. And at this point when I'm 15, I was panicking, what's going on? This has never happened to me in school. Why is this girl here hugging me? I barely have even talked to her before. And for a second, I'm actually happy because, okay, if she's attractive and she's hugging me randomly, that might just mean I'm attractive, yeah? And to a 15-year-old's mind, that's like amazing. Then a few seconds later, I look behind me and I see her friend filming me and laughing at me because this girl gave me a hug. And now I know what's going on. She doesn't actually want to hug me. It's a dare, it's a prank, whatever you want to call it, it's not real, it's fake. You know, the girls are probably just gonna laugh at it later or post it on social media, whatever they were gonna do with it. But I just acted like I didn't care. I just played along with it, laughed. But when I walked out of that hallway onto the staircase, a massive hit of loneliness just hit me. I felt extremely lonely. No, I had friends at the time, I had good friends, I had family, people around me, but I was in such a state of just loneliness. Because in that point in my life, I thought that the best thing a man could do was to just get into a relationship, get a girlfriend like, as soon as possible. But how was I gonna get a girlfriend when I'm just a dare, I'm just a prank? You know, when it got to me, man, I remember going home that night, I would usually go to the gym, go climbing, do a sport activity, eat healthy. But I remember that night just scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever I could do to just escape from the loneliness I was feeling. But that moment really hit me, man, because it just reminded me how far I was behind in life, or how far I thought I was behind in life. Because to be honest, no 15-year-old should be worrying about shit like that at such a young age, but I did because I thought it was important. I thought it was like the most important thing in life. And this sparked not even a lot of loneliness for me, but a lot of hatred for me. Not for anyone else, but for myself, because I was just a joke, yeah? I was a dare, or at least I thought I was at that time. And so after that day, because I was so angry at myself, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go all in on everything. The gym, the work, whatever it is. I am gonna be not recognizable by next year or in the next 6 months. I made that promise to myself because I was tired of feeling like that. So I started doing all the good habits, gym. I tried to become a better communicator, you know, try to express myself better by reading all these books, watching all these self-improvement videos. I hype myself up a lot to be this really confident, charismatic guy when I get back into school in like 2 weeks, because we were on a holiday, right, after that incident happened, right? We were on like a 2-week holiday, like spring break or something. But in these 2 weeks where I was feeling a lot more lonely than I was because of that incident, I started texting up this girl on Snapchat. And because I felt so lonely at this time, texting this girl on Snapchat actually felt special. Yeah, it was normally like at night time, and it brought me comfort, bro. Yeah, because it didn't make me have this feeling of loneliness I was getting a lot, right? It brought my mind away from that. And so I was just really confident, charismatic guy on text. But when I get back into school, I can't talk to her. I don't know what it is. I was still feeling lonely. I was still not confident after reading all these books, after watching all these videos. I just still couldn't talk to this girl. It was because I was afraid of rejection. And I thought I had already experienced the worst of that, and I still couldn't do it. 2 weeks later of constantly improving myself, I still couldn't do it. And 3 years later, being a lot more confident now and actually having self-respect, a lot of self-respect for myself, I'm not really feeling lonely a lot, not really feeling lonely a lot of the time. I finally now understand why I was so anxious, right? I just couldn't do like a lot of things social. It was because I made it out in my mind that I was so important in everyone else's life when I wasn't. Right? My ego was telling me that I was on a spotlight for everyone, but I wasn't. Right? Because you gotta understand, bro, you are not that important in everyone's life. Like, you're important to your family, you're important to your close friends, of course. But in everyone else's life, like that girl you're messaging on Snapchat or whatever it is, you're probably not that important in that person's life. And that's fine, that should be liberating because you can mess up, right? I did not talk to this girl. I was afraid of doing social things because I was afraid I would be rejected. I would be afraid I would look weird or something. But in reality, no one would have cared if I messed up anyway. And you probably won't mess up. When you think you mess up, no one else thinks you've messed up, right? It's just in your head. Your brain lies to you. Because, bro, you might not realize it, but there is definitely someone attracted to you right now, right? Multiple people attracted to you. It might not be the version you are now, but it is definitely the improved version of yourself. Because there are 4 billion girls on this planet, right? One of them is, many of them are definitely attracted to the improved version of yourself. And bro, if you're anything like me and this one moment of loneliness just sticks with you for like years or months, it was probably never that deep in the first place, right? It was probably never that deep to the people that disrespected you. They just thought it was a bit funny, yeah? Because you are not as important in other people's lives than you think. Our ego tells us that, but you're not that important in other people's lives. So bro, if you're really struggling with like confidence or anxiety, which is causing you a lot of lost relationships in life, just kill your ego, bro. Kill the thing in your mind telling you that you are so important in other people's lives, because you're not. And the fact that you're not should be so liberating, because now you can do what you want. It doesn't matter if other people think you're a bit weird, because they're only going to think about that for a second. Well, they probably won't think it because it's probably a lie in your brain. So don't take it so personally, or don't think other people are taking it so personally that you're actually putting yourself out there. And ever since doing that, my life has gotten 10 times better, 100 times better, yeah? So just keep that in mind. And that's all for today.